Yeah, so it's a minute and 15, minute 20.
So it's the same every time,
it's
right?
It's the same at least these 2 times. We don't know.
It's because, yeah, we started counting and then Ice Frog's like, nah, we're going to make it the same, so they don't actually know. Of course, ESL One LA brought to you in part by Mercedes, bringing that $50,000 value card to the MVP. So get your votes in on Twitter, ESL Dota 2, go now, quickly!
Prepare for battle.
Well. You die. Yet your failure lives on.
Good job, everyone that managed to get their votes in during that 20-second video. Very speedy, aren't you? Well done. Good job. Game 2. Team Spirit up against the Chicken Fighters. It is do or die for Spirit. We are in the lower bracket in this best of 3, and they are 1-0 down. Misha Grimstroke, Immersion, Tiny with Doratio playing the Morphling, with an old Afterlife Pango again, and a Nature's Prophet sitting around, all his little cutie mushroom couriers. They're in the long grass, but they are bobbing their heads, wobbling around. Adorable little bastards, aren't they?
Era gets the first.
Misha. Thank you, Lacoste, for shouting at me, because I'm looking at little mushrooms. We watch him die.
A lot of overtime damage from these 2 birds. We've seen that yesterday. They played these 2 supports together 3 games against Nigma. And they always do that. Try to go for a first blood, a lot of slow and overtime damage. Tiny. Toss. They might get him. Spear. Oh, toss before, and he gets the bounty.
He steals it away. A Rolling Stone getting body blocked up.
How's that
Mars
not
doesn't want to stick around.
How's that not connecting to a tree? Like, it's literally a tree there. Sometimes Spear of Mars works in mysterious ways.
It is on. Immersion's going to TP back to Fountain as we get our lanes all set up, and a quick peek at the GG Bet odds. Team Spirit now 3.54 return after losing game 1, and Chicken Fighters pretty heavily favored now. Let's get rid of that and look over our lanes. Supreme mid, Monkey King against the Ergon Nature's Prophet, so they keep that with a Charlie solo safe lane against Afterlife Pangolier. AM versus Pango, very interesting. So it forces tri-lane on tri-lane. Seneko Era on the 2 Flappy Birds, Winter Wyvern and Phoenix with the Sableye Mars, and of course we've got this Doratio Morphling, Misha Grimstroke, and Immersion coming back into lane with his boots up. The body block on, the creep caps though. Era and Seneko stopping any kind of stacks or pulls that Team Spirit would have loved to have.
Keep this tri-lane. I give AM farm and the free lane on top. He's forcing all mana to be burned or used on Pangolier, and then he's just gonna pop a healing salve, get himself to full HP. He's going in.
Forcing salve, yeah, you're right. Afterlife dropping very low. So Charlie's winning the 1v1 top lane. Supreme mid is 5-0 against the 6-2 Prophet. So it looks like the forced tri-lane's working out as they toss Sableye back into the Morphling. A little bit of chip damage there, trading hits very nicely. I think the interesting thing here is Era and Seneko both have headdress, by the way.
Because they were not planning to have a tri-lane here. And we see a rotation, Tiny TP stop, so that's gonna force 1 rotation. Probably Seneko is gonna come to the top lane to help Anti-Mage out.
AM salving up. So no kill threat.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, Era. Good courier snipe. Still has a Fairy Fire to toy around with as they turn. Looking to pump a bit more damage back into the Morphling. Salve up, yeah, from Seneko onto Era and then rotates top lane. Very well done by the Wyvern.
There's a lot of kill potential here. You know that Pangolier is not gonna have mana. Anti-Mage brought Orb of Venom, so extra slow once Arctic Burn is off cooldown.
You die. Yet your failure lives on.
I just like letting the chat wheel lines roll on. That is a big God's Rebuke, level 2 from Saberlight, now trapping the Morphling up against the trees. Era, level 1 still, so no dive unfortunately, and now the Fire Spirits come up. He hits level 2 now. That was so close to killing off Morphling, but not quite enough. Maybe now. Oh, he's trying to cancel salve.
Cancel it. It was a big play. Mid lane, Supreme. My drop. There's a TP from Ergon.
Oh, He's got Salve and Fairy Fire. He's got a Boundless Strike as well. I don't think Supreme dies, honestly. And the Mist Sprout will make sure he definitely survives. Now the Salve. Looking very good for Chicken Fighters across all of these lanes, though, man.
Yeah, Monkey King doing much better than I expected on the mid lane.
Yeah. I mean, what's Nature's Prophet got? Gloves plus Blightstone? That's real nasty. Immersion. Another rotation down to bottom lane, tossing Era back into the tier 1. But a quick dive away will get him out of danger. It feels like you need to hold Avalanche to stop the dive, but he had to start it off with Avalanche instead.
Both spells from Wyvern used. They didn't get anything out of that. He was just slowed by the lucky shot. AM blinks in aggressively, burns the rest of Pangalier's mana.
Afterlife. Only one Mango remaining. 110 mana. Gives him enough for a swashbuckle if he needs to escape. Morphling, my goodness. God's Rebuke. Absolutely annihilating him. So much regen has had to be spent by Morphling down bottom lane. And a dive forward. Man, Era's just going for this. He felt that maybe a salve was there, or maybe he could snipe the kill. It does leave Morph in a really awkward spot. He's bought a second Wraith Band, and there's no other regen here from his team. So it's just going to have to be Morph down, Morph up. Try and get a bit of HP back.
Grimstroke is bringing a flask for him, but he needs to be careful about playing on a low HP. We've seen Era. This was the second time he tried to dive in, get a snipe on him.
What?
Oh, Alpha Ninja. Has Boots of Speed. Gets it before Soneko could deny it.
Alpha Ninja has a name I've not heard in a while.
We call him Alpha Ninja.
Wait, it's Afterlife, right? Alpha Ninja's a different player.
You're correct, Gary. Where is Alpha Ninja?
I don't know. He was the mid player for Hellraisers for a long time, right?
Radiant's top tower.
Charlie jumping in. Oh, that's good damage, but now no more mana to break. No additional bonus damage for the AM.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And then disappeared.
And then disappeared.
Sad. Yeah, he was good. He was the mid player, right? He played a lot of Shadow Fiend.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the guy that made the Greaves SF popular again. If I remember correctly. Mars down bottom having a great old time, 29 and 9. Same CS as your anti-mage, and now Monkey King leading the charge, going for a kill on Immersion, getting the snipe on Tiny, and then returning to lane to continue farming. Yes, the Prophet has 16 denies, but I don't think the Monkey cares that much. Like, Prophet level 6.5, Monkey King level 6.5. He's not really lost out on anything. Probably a lot of denies on Treants, right?
Yes, bottom lane is going so well for them. Morphling only 16 CS, 32-10 on Saberlight.
Having a glorious time, doubling up the CS of the Morphling, 17 on Duraccio, who seems to be having a poor series, and even sniping out the tomato from long range. Good spear from Saberlight, holding his wave out of tower range. One creep walks into it, but that's just fine. Well, as long as this equilibrium is held back a little bit, we'll see if Misha. I guess he can't pull. There's no camp. Oh, there is now. Can he pull across? Does he want to? No, just gonna let the lanes meet. Immersion is there, looking for an active role in this game, and he will be able to get the Inkswell combo. Dead before it even landed, to be honest with you. Duraccio now finally up on the board, 1-0-0. Pretty decent kill for them.
There was a lot of damage from Breath of Nature, that's why I was wondering what happened. They didn't even use the neither toss nor waveform.
Yeah, it was pretty much max damage from Ergon. Spilling out of that mid lane.
You're on a timer, you are playing against AM. He is having free farm. Like, you need to build a faster Orchid on Nature's Prophet. I see him going for a Blade Mail. I don't mind that. It's a very cheap damage. This is the best item you can get on
Another avalanche toss.
Intelligence Heroes.
Saberlight just gets off his arena, and now the turnaround. Supreme with a boundless strike, 2 supports down. You're saying they're on a timer and they need to make these moves. But if they pay off as poorly as that, where you lose both of your initiation roaming heroes, both of your supports, and they are the ones that have to make the plays. They both die.
They can't afford to lose heroes like that. You are playing once again against AM. He is having an extremely good time, but let's go back to the blade mail. You get 28 damage from that item, plus you get 10 extra int, which means that intelligence heroes get 38 damage. Plus you get some armor, some mana, and of course the return.
It is very good. Another one of these wards. Seneko loves this. Gets one of his cores to cut down a tree, places the observer ward, and it's undewardable.
Undewardable, that's a word I haven't heard so far.
Unhealable.
Healable damage, controllable damage.
Undewardable. And both of the birds wandering past each other. Nice little chat line in there from the Wyvern. Holding a smoke, but not going to use it just yet. Charlie up top lane. There's the blade mail from Ergon. He pops it immediately. Make sure Charlie doesn't stand and hit him. Immersion's also coming in from the southern side, looking for the avalanche, but no toss back. Era, with raindrops up, seems reasonably happy now, and they bring Seneko back up top. They've got the ability to TP Saberlight there as well, and Monkey King coming in to defend this top tier 1. They want to try and force a big fight here. Jump in for the Monkey. Ergon blade mail. Yes, it's up. And the Rolling Thunder arriving from Afterlife. Jumping towards Supreme, but the dodges. Oh, he drops his shoulder. He does a little pirouette. He says, goodbye, son. Get out of here. Now the chase is on. Seneko wants to catch Immersion. Quick little splinter blast forward as the Misha Grimstroke gets the Inkswell down. And Supreme unable to keep climbing around chasing that Tiny. So good reactions there from Chicken Fighters to defend their tier 1. Rotation not coming to anything for the Radiant.
Chicken Fighters lineup is much better at counter-reacting than being aggressive. They are very limited on the stuns unless they bring Mars, and Mars was on the bottom lane. If he spears Morphling, he might get a kill.
Level 4 God's Rebuke is some pretty hefty damage. Morph strength is up, so it looks like Duraccio will be able to wander himself away from danger. Not getting
on Duraccio, he got that morph off.
And the 1 charges as well. Little Mushroom delivering out treads. It's a bit risky sticking around here still though. He's got no more regen. Chicken Fighters not going for it. So Profit, top of the net worth, 4,700. Bracer, Blade Mail, Blightstone, lots of bees. Bower treads, Magic Bond.
Gareth
all
B.
of the B items. Gary B, absolutely. Outpost
if
down
B
south.
dies, we're gonna die as well.
Yep, save the bees.
Of this story.
Save the bees. Save the ocean, save the whales, save the bees. Charlie. All right, he's baiting here. Duraccio does get the morph strength up again, and it looks like Anti-Mage does survive even through the wrath of nature. And Morphling getting toyed with. Charlie down to 200 HP. Really did mind game the heck out of that morph, but he's sticking around bottom. He might get counter mind gamed. Immersion, Misha, and Afterlife were looking for it, but Charlie, he has anti-counter mind gamed and walked away. Mid lane, hello, Saberlight. That's a Blade Mail Prophet. He does have TP and he's going to try and get out. Where's the stun? It's a boundless strike from Supreme, and the finish comes from Saberlight.
They are getting
Smoke
a lot
up.
of those kills, and
They're going to get Charlie.
getting involved. All right, getting involved in that board, I see.
Do get themselves a big kill, finally. AM falls, first death of the game, as he slowly but surely builds up into the Battle Fury. Mid-tier 1, no glyph here for the Dire team, but Fiery Spirits, as good as a glyph as any. Hold back that attack speed of the Morphling, and Immersion diving in very deep, zoning Chicken Fighters away from the objective, which will secure it up here. No deny this time from Era, while top lane Ergon chasing Seneko, trying to connect in with the rest of the heroes top. But I assume now with Winter's Curse ready, they'll try and defend that top tier 1 with everything they've got.
There's so much damage coming out from Nature's Prophet. He hit level 10, extra 30 blade mail damage. Once he hits Wraith of Nature, you also get damage from that. So he should hit around 200 per hit.
Immersion scouts the TP. A toss up and away, but I think the Tiny should be getting found here behind the tier 1. Quick little spear back into the wall.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Take him down. Tower glipped up as well, so they defend it. As Charlie down south, he's chasing Misha, but blinking away from the Ergon Prophet, who does come down to defend, and the top tier 1 denied by Era.
Denied.
Once again, Era denies the tower. In the previous game, he denied one mid tower. So a lot of that time invested for nothing. Monkey King getting closer to his Echo Saber, double hit and extra slow. Great against Morphling. He's one of the few heroes that actually builds that item. I think we need an upgrade for it.
Yeah, it's like Magnus, Monkey King, and nobody else really buys Echo Saber, right? Slardar used to a little bit, but now Slardar is completely out of meta for God. I guess mana cost on sprint. Haha, big nerf. People stop picking him.
It's all it takes sometimes. Give a spell extra 25 mana. I mean, it's extra. Can we call it extra when
Dire are
it
scared.
cost 0 before?
Yeah, you can say extra. But I guess it's the 25, times however many times you use it, right? And his mana pool is pretty pathetic.
You just don't use it.
Just... okay, thanks Lacoste. Seneko sneaking out a bounty rune thanks to the trusty shovel. One of the few players, like, I am really happy with Seneco's performance through the group stage. Just the fact that he is using neutral items as they are meant to be used. Off cooldown shovel, picking up everything he's got. He's swapping Philosopher's Stone in and out of his inventory into backpack. He's really got his mind in the game. As converging bottom lane, Chicken Fighters won't find Misha. He's already TP'd out. And Roshan is being eyed up by Team Spirit.
They have enough damage for it. Morphling morphs everything into Agi. Morbid Mask. Where is Nature's Prophet? He is there. He hits like a truck.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And there's no contest. Chicken Fighters can't get it.
I don't think they even know. Even if they did, I believe they would not contest this Roche.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
And there it goes. Aegis for Duraccio now. Morphling given a new lease of life. And he's going to go back into the jungle to farm, isn't he? Almost coming in mid. Misha not giving away his position. Winter's Curse onto the Morphling. Oh, he's sat at 500 HP. Oh, Morphling's just lost Aegis straight away.
Fastest Aegis in history. Unless you die in Roche Pit straight away. Philosopher's Stone picked up by Chicken Fighters. Give that to your Phoenix so he can get Spirit Vessel quicker. And then
Morph is very sad.
Yeah, I mean that's just
I think honestly, like, Duraccio has looked very good on Phantom Lancer and, on Morphling in different games. This series, I don't know what it is. Today he just woke up on the wrong side of the bed or something. His gyro performance was a little bit off. And so far on this Morph, he's not looked great, as Immersion is just obliterated in that top lane. Way out on his own. Still trying to buy up that Blink Dagger, but another 900 gold away.
Team Spirit, they seem lost in this game. Like, what do? They kill Roche, alright, but then you lose Aegis, so you're back to 0 again. I don't see any, game plan. Grimstroke is holding ulti, did not use it a single time for, 7 minutes. You're just giving Anti-Mage free time.
Yeah, we've seen Prophets, come back in these games and do massive amounts of damage. He's going Maelstrom, Mjolnir, but I would love to see a BKB quickly from Ergon, as Monkey King is shifting into his very speedily. Vlad's coming up for the Mars, as he jumps onto that Dire Observer Ward, finding Nature's Prophet. Balance Strike misses, and a Blade Mail gets popped. Ergon does stand his ground, and very close to potentially getting a cross kill on his lonesome. Well, that is a massive takedown now for Chicken Fighters.
Tower is under attack.
Saberlight, man, he is all over the place throughout this whole tournament. He's been playing amazing. He's involved in 8 out of 9 kills. Always having a good laning stage. Look at him. Back spear. Onto the tower. Man, it's just a pleasure to watch this player do things.
Oh, Immersion. Looking for Supreme. Monkey King, nice little mischief there. Still does get stunned up. Hiding away into the tree, and there's Saberlight finding a double kill. I did T-Tours a little bit missing out on the Morphling one. I was watching the Monkey King go in 1v3. We had a couple of fights happening at the same time. They'll find Immersion mid potentially, and he's in Viz. They're going to go Afterlife instead.
Doesn't matter, they know where they are. Another good spear.
10 seconds for Mars ulti as well, but Sableye a little bit too deep this time around. 3-1 charges, nowhere near enough to keep him alive. Seneko does have a Winter's Curse, but dies under the tier 1. Chicken Fighters, we praise them, and then they go and give a double kill to Ergon. I think they got very, very bold. Feeling incredibly strong. Era's going to get TP'd upon. Yeah, forced to dive. But it's all space.
They did not need it to dive. A tier 1 tower with fewer heroes. Monkey has ulti. We're still yet to see the full combo with the circles.
Why is Durachio walking around with 580 HP, by the way?
That's a good question.
Right, he goes up to 900 now. Thank you. Because he has died far too many times.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Okay, it's only twice, but that's still far too many times he's walking around with no agent. Thank you, Lacoste. 3 times then. You are absolutely correct, as always. My man. There's smoke from Chicken Fighters. It's big. They've got their ultis. Full arsenal. It's ready to get blown. Misha Stroke of Fate clearing out that mid wave. In the jungle. The mighty jungle. The Morphling sleeps tonight. He's not getting involved in this. Soulbind with the Avatars catching out the Wyvern, but they've got the Supernova bouncing around. What's happening there? Winter's Curse to catch onto the Prophet, but the Mars Arena taking down Misha. And Sableye very tanky, getting through the Pango. Morphling finally comes in to kill off the Mars, and the Monkey King gets brought from the trees. And the Mana Void disarm onto the AM. He's still waiting for the Mana Void. Where's Ergon? He's just holding the low ground. Chicken Fighters, it's been a bit awkward coming into this fight. 2 for 1 so far. Supreme and Charlie unable to convert their net worth advantage into damage.
They were not synchronized. Mars got caught by Pangolier in the ulti, so he couldn't do that much. Got 1 kill, but they need to play around the Mars. Also, I want to see Monkey King using ulti inside the arena.
Yeah, they didn't get that Supernova Winter's Curse. It was a nice soulbind from Misha, trapping those 2 legendary birds together. Seneko going to go for the D-Ward. Gets rid of the Observer. And Morphling back up into the jungle. Has the backup of Afterlife now, who's heading into Diffusal Blade after the Vlads. Tiny with Blink. Lots of little elements here coming into play for Team Spirit. 6 to 12, but the net worth lead is very, very limited.
Anti-Mage wanted to join a fight, like grab a kill with Mana Void, go back to farming, but he's still very squishy. He needs to have that Manta style. Even though they have no silences, nothing to really dispel besides the lucky shot.
Hello. Who have we got here then? It's an Inkswell onto Sableye. Good find by Misha and Immersion. This will allow Ergon to come in, and Afterlife snipes out the kill. It's the dive forward from Era, looking to continue this battle, but the TP towards the back. Supernova forced. The attack speed, Immersion just doesn't have it, so he's going to get trapped into the Battle Strikes. Supernova will land and stun, but Supreme, soulbound up. Only 1 target, toss into that. Crashing Afterlife, rolling Thunder. And Ergon has sniped out Seneko. He's trying to mischief his way out of this one, Supreme, but he's not really got a chance of it. Double kill for Ergon. In the meantime, Morphling is free farming mid lane, and Team Spirit coming back in these fights thanks to this Nature's Prophet. Are they diving for more? The TP? The Blink? They've caught Era. Immersion doesn't even have Blink up.
This like global presence from Nature's Prophet, they're outnumbering Chicken Fighters. And once again, they did not pop a Monkey King ulti. There was not a single good ulti from Monkey so far in this game. And it's pretty easy to set things up for it, like whether it's Winter Curse or just Mars Arena. I still feel like it's AM's game if it goes to late game, even though we saw what Nature's Prophet super late game can do, just stand his ground. He even has an in claw.
Tower is under attack.
Man, that's a lot of damage.
Charlie very aggressively jumping towards him. Supreme's giving chase as well. Boundless strike into the arena, and there you have it. There's your combo, the Venn diagram of death and doom, nature's prophet. Obliterated by the chicken fighters. Toss up, sending the Morphling into the middle of battle. He's in anti-mage mode. He blows up that cold embraced Mars as the Rolling Thunder, bouncing into a very awkward position, can't get down the ramp either, forcing now the Winter's Curse from Soneko as the Mana Void takes down Misha. The anti-mage has arrived, it's time to fight Era, and Charlie can't do anything to match the Morphling though. The clumsy net is there to trap the bird in place. Well, Team Spirit, yes, they lose 2 heroes, but the tempo is most certainly theirs.
Dyrachyo is getting so much out of these fights, turning into AM, forcing Winterviper to use Curse on him, then grabbing kills. Like, mana burn against AM is also a very nice, one of the reasons why Pangolier is also going for one. So you burn 160 mana with the Swashbuckle. Before it was much better, it was 200, but it got nerfed from 50 to 40. Another Roach, that's a fast spawn.
Aegis and cheese time. What have we got? Supernova ready, Winter's Curse 29 seconds, Mars ulti ready now. So they will move over towards the pit. They've got to have an idea, an inkling that Team Spirit are in the pit again. Arena of Blood. Where's Wukong's command? 25 seconds. Roshan. 2,500 HP. Immersion, Misha, both front lining here, and now smoking. As AM continues farming jungle, and the rest of Chicken Fighters, they are in the vicinity, looking for a team fight, even with that Aegis being grabbed up by Morphling as Immersion misses out on the Monkey King. Leaping across the canopy. No catch, no kills. More space and time now for your AM. Charlie gonna continue that split push. Farm up some Ancients, get down into the bottom lane.
If you could see the heat map of Charlie's farming when he is playing Dire, it would just be like this area.
I'm not sure what Misha's laughing at. Must have been very funny. You just had to be there.
Anti-mage hit already, so means that he's gonna have 3.5 second cooldown on Blink.
Lots of
He
blinks.
can go in and out multiple times in a fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Let's see if Dyrachyo can keep this Aegis for more than 20 seconds this time. Onto that tier 2 tower mid, and Immersion. He is so bold. He feels that he can go anywhere he wants to. Supreme's BKB with a good boundless strike. Good damage, but the leash soulbound up to the Mars. Arena of Blood allows Immersion to fall, and Dyrachyo, he's popped Arctic Burn. It's a weird animation for the Morphling to be caught up in, and Charlie's arrival will take down the Morphling for sure. With God's Rebuke and a final click, they've got the first kill. Well, the second is coming. There's no backup. Dyrachyo, I'm so sorry. I did this to you. He's on the high ground. And now he's deep under low ground.
Get them vision. Doesn't matter. It's just Chicken Fighters. They have much better team fight, especially if they execute it well. They didn't pop a Winter's Curse this time, but they don't need to. Like
execute. I see what you did there.
Yeah. It's much better. What did I want to say? You cut me off, Gary.
Their team fight was better, and they executed it well.
Yes. And they have ways of protecting the egg with the Boundless Strike, with the Winter's Curse.
Radiant's bottom tower.
You can see Monkey King holding Boundless, or if Phoenix is not near, he's gonna use it. They cut down his tree.
I also cursed Dyrachyo. I shouldn't have mentioned his Aegis. Because within 10 seconds of me saying, I hope it lasts longer than 20 seconds, he died. He was very deep all on his own. Go on Nature's Prophet now with a BKB. Let's see what the big man can do. Team Spirit still in the lead net worth-wise. Dropping from that 4K lead down to 1 though. It is definitely a topsy-turvy game. And Prophet holding the cheese. But momentum just keeps on swinging back and forth. And you've been saying it's an anti-mage game. He's working very quickly on the Skadi. Charlie, top of the net worth, ever so slightly ahead of the Prophet.
Yeah, with that Skadi, he's gonna have more survivability, extra agility, extra HP, and the slow. Like, having Skadi sometimes feels like a better Basher. He's definitely gonna build Basher after.
Good spear back. Stops the advance of Immersion. But Team Spirit, they're coming again. They've pushed out that top wave with the Morphling, who now finishes off his E-Blade. As Charlie looks to cut the wave top, the rest of his squad, Chicken Fighters, holding their high ground triangle plateau, looking to de-ward up on that spire, but Saberlight, very, very dodgy there with Immersion's blink forward and the Spider Legs running over the top of him. Could have been caught out, but a nice blink away, and now Spider Legs again to get a bit of distance away from Team Spirit. A dive, and now the BKB from Supreme, focusing Immersion. Great Arena of Blood in onto Misha. Down goes the Grimstroke, so the combo's not coming. Immersion's also fallen. Team Spirit, they just walk into these fights, then they realize they've got to walk away, but the fight is already lost. They've got the... Oh, damn, you are right, they've got that curse. I thought Ergon was out of there, but now Charlie can keep pumping the damage in onto the Prophet, and a double kill for Supreme. 13-19, Chicken Fighters, they are coming back. Team Spirit are handing them these fights on a... Not just a silver platter, it's a gold... It's a platinum platter.
Platinum platter. Alright, this is the first time hearing this, but... Definitely, Chicken Fighters stepped up, and they are executing their team fights. Spell usage is much better. Wukong's command, Arena, full Scotty on AM.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This game, even though it's only like 1k lead for Chicken Fighters, it feels it's so much more.
They can just keep accelerating. Arena of Blood up in 10, Supernova 45, and 25 for Winter's Curse. So, the next 30 seconds or so, they can go and look for more fights. Supreme, are you going to bound the strike this with the TPs coming in, waiting until the last second so he can jump Afterlife with the help of the rest of his squad? He does get silenced up, taking down the Phantom's Embrace, but the Spider Legs in with the Soul Bind onto 2. The backstab from Charlie, he's looking for Duraccio. A quick jump away as the blink in that AM mode gets the Morphling out of danger. Seneko cold embraces himself. He is going to get the wand off, it looks like, and Duraccio blinks away yet again. Somehow getting a bit of mana back there, but Misha's the one getting caught, picked off by Supreme. Ergon. Ergon's all alone. I don't care about Misha dying, I care Nature's Prophet now. Good Avalanche delays its inevitable death. The Team Spirit have got to fight around him. They have to come in and save their Prophet. Tosses out from Immersion, but he's surrounded. He tries to stand his ground, but he's in a 3 versus 1. Ganged up on in the jungle. Immersion wants an echo, and it looks like finally Afterlife will get it, but they are bleeding out, kill after kill. And the Chicken Fighters, they get their fill. Duraccio
bought so much time. They're still chasing.
Morphling back into that anti-mage replica, able to blink away. Roshan, 1 minute 30 for fast spawn, but this is where you can go back and do lane maintenance. You can go push back out into bot, into top, move towards that tier 2 in mid lane, and there's the line drawn as well by the AM. I think it's his job to TP bottom lane and get some farm there.
It's just anti-mage is uncontested in these fights. They don't have a hero that he's threatened. And Nature's Prophet's gonna start hitting you, he pops a blade mail, you just blink away, it's that easy. Even if he turns into AM with Morph, you can still stand the ground and fight. You have Manta Style, so you burn more mana on him. Also one of the reasons why he decided to go for Scotty, there is mana burn on Pangolier. There is mana burn on Morphling if he turns into AM.
I'm surprised I didn't have more problems with the Pango Pugna lane.
Pepanga.
Pongo. What do we got? TeamSpeak problems? Yeah, Duraccio seems like he's been having a few of them this game. 5-3 and 1 Morphling. Going into BKB now. Mars very close to his. I mean, when Mars gets BKB, they've got the double with him and Monkey. I just don't feel like there are any core targets Team Spirit can go on. They can't focus Mars, Monkey, or AM, so they have to go... you have to go Wyvern or Phoenix anyway, but the positioning... Oh, hello. Goodbye. Duraccio blows up Era. So it was Phoenix to push out bottom lane, but the rest of Chicken Fighters, they are up top. Onto the tier 2 straight away.
Radiant structures are
full Deso on Monkey King, who is level 20 plus 50% Boundless Strike. That's gonna hurt a lot.
And they're jumping. Catching. Duraccio. He's got no mana, but he's jumped onto the trees.
Played.
Oh my goodness gracious me. The long range jump from Supreme though, and Charlie's here connecting onto Misha. Good soul binding, Swell Spear misses. Uncharacteristic mistake there from the Mars of Sableye. And a good balance strike from Duraccio from that high ground. Sableye trying to get away with a cold embrace. Keeps him alive. With the root cause command focusing Ergon now. Charlie needs to get back into this fight as Sableye, he can't blink out. The Treants are there and Morphling focusing him down. No way. How has he got out of that one? Glimmer Cape jump barely up, and a balance strike onto Ergon now with Charlie's Mana Void. They are doing it. Chicken Fighters on a mega kill streak with his anti-mage and Emergent. Annihilated by the AM. A double kill for Charlie. And it doesn't seem like there's much left here for Team Spirit.
Problem is, AM can do whatever he wants in a team fight. He can blink in aggressively, provide some vision. And once again, Wyvern causing a lot of troubles with these cold embrace, keeping people alive.
And they're so good at using these one charges as well. All of a sudden, you know, popping out that 21, getting so much burst heal with the help of that cold embrace, the Glimmer Cape blink on Sineko. Huge pickups for that Wyvern.
Deso plus Orb of Destruction on Monkey. That's gonna be minus 11 armor.
Oh, goodbye tower.
Radiant's middle
And they've got Curse back up, Arena back up, Supernova back up. A team fight trio. Ready and raring to go for Chicken Fighters with Wukong's 10 seconds away. It just feels like they can continue fighting. They've got a Courier and a Roche Pit as well. Yeah, it's Wyvern's Courier. 1 minute, 10 seconds. And AM's Abyssal Blade feels like it's just going to be that final cherry on the top so Charlie can jump onto that Nature's Prophet and actually lock him down. Like, Ergon had such a good early to mid game. The first 20-25 minutes was spectacular, but he's kind of run out of steam, even with his high net worth. I guess one of the weird things about Prophet in this game is in previous series and previous games, we've seen a lot of especially core Prophets take up and soak all of the farm on the map, right? And they need to be that 1 or 2 items ahead of their counterparts. But when you have a Morphling on your team, you need to give farm to Morphling. So Ergon is not getting the same level of scaling that he kind of is used to, potentially.
And one of the reasons why AM is not afraid is there's no Orchid, there is no silence. He does not care about level 2 Phantom's Embrace. He kills it in a 0.3 seconds.
Or he counterspells it, or he manas, or, Abyssal Blades away. Smoke from Chicken Fighters onto the high ground with the Arena. Nice swashbuckle out. Stuns and catches Sableye, who BKB's a little late, but they've already taken down Misha and Charlie, focusing the Morphling. Jump away with a blink, and Duraccio is out, but Charlie's giving chase. And they've got a counterspell on the Morphling, but the Mana Void takes him out and rips him apart. With buyback available, Team Spirit might need to, because Ergon holding cheese, now forced to use it, speared up to the trees, and the Monkey King is here, and Charlie, he is absolutely in. 4 heroes gone.
Over, Gary.
Hey, it looks like
to kill AM, they have nothing to kill the egg with. He is full Aghanim Scepter being delivered.
Monkey King, you cocky bastard. This was over before it started. Yeah, okay. Okay, Monkey King. You're having a good game. On to tier 3 bottom lane now. And just like that, the drop of a hat, Chicken Fighters 19k lead, 29-15. 2 full lanes gone, and Ergon calls it. You're right, Lacos, they absolutely just call it, not even bothering to buy back. The final royalties in the fountain come through, but Charlie is going to 1 versus 5 inside your fountain. And there we have it, Chicken Fighters 2-0 victory over Team Spirit.